Hello, this is MLB 15, the show, and we are bringing it back. Bringing it back to the channel. The Yankees franchise can no longer happen because I do not have that file anymore, but we are bringing MLB 15 back to the channel because so many of you guys have been asking for it, and I figured, hey, why not give the people what they want? You guys want MLB, here you go. We are going to be doing the Milwaukee Brewers as the franchise team. I figured I'd switch things up here since we're not doing the Yankees franchise anymore and move over to the National League and do a team that really I don't see like anybody ever do. There aren't too many franchise guys that I know of in the MLB scene to begin with, but I don't think I've really ever seen anybody really do a Brewers one, and this is a team that's, well, they're not very good, like, at all. Like, they're just not a good team in any sense of the word. They have no pitching. They have, like, one good hitter, or, like two or three good hitters, but you can't build a lineup, or you can't win with what they have. They are just not a good team in the slightest. As you see, their overall in this game is 28th, and they've got, like, 20th contact, 23rd power. Their highest ranking is pitching, which is 19th, which, well, is not exactly good. That's not what you want to be your best stat when it's 19th. So we're going to take over the Brewers, and we're going to try to turn this franchise around. And first things first, what I want to address is how I'm going to be handling this Brewers series. I'm still going to be doing broadcasts and highlights, probably a bit more highlights than broadcasts. But I'm also not going to be playing. If you guys aren't aware, how I did the Yankees franchise was I played one game from every single series of the year. So seasons took like 50, 60, sometimes even 70 episodes to get through depending on the playoffs. So, well, that's pretty time consuming. That was when I was only posting like Yankees franchise. Like the only thing that was going up on my channel during that time period was basically just Yankees franchise. And Madden wasn't out yet, so it was literally just Yankees franchise every single day. So I could squeeze that out because I had time to post all that. But now that I'm coming back, I've got all these different series. I've got the 2K series, I've got NHL, I've got OTP, I've got Madden, and I've got this. So that's 5 series. And I'm even thinking about posting like OOTP, like doubling that up some days. Instead of just having like a day dedicated to OOTP, we'll have like the 4 main series, which will be this, the Broncos in Madden, the Avs, the Avalanche in NHL, and then the Jazz in 2K. And then those are the 4 main series, and then whatever day I feel like it, maybe just stack an OOTP like 2 or 3 times a week on top of each day's upload. I don't know, that's just something I'm thinking of doing. But anyway, what I'm meaning to say is that for this first season, since, well, the MLB season's already passed, it's off-season right now, I'm not going to drag out this first season, and I'm not going to do that play a single game from each series thing at all with this series. I'm going to be doing, for the first season, I'm going to be playing 1 game a month, and you'll see in each episode, you'll see the broadcast of the highlight video, whatever I decide to make that episode, and then you'll also see, like, beforehand, like what I've been doing with the other series, you'll see, like, here's like what happened in between each episode. So, like, here's how the team's doing, here's the stats, maybe a trade went through, stuff like that. And then I'll skip into the highlights of the broadcast or whatever I'm doing for that episode, and that's how it'll go. But only 1 game per month for the first season, and then for the future seasons, like 1 to 3 games per month, depending on if there's any other games that I want to play that month. Then I'll add those on and maybe make the season a little bit longer, but not like 30, 40 episodes a season. It'll be like maybe like 10 episodes, 15 episodes a season, which I think is a good number to get us through a decent amount of seasons and to keep people still interested and still get enough gameplay in there as well. But with that being said, let's hop into actually talking about this Brewers team. Now, the first thing I noticed right off the bat of this Brewers team, besides the fact they suck, is that they have a good potential for platoons. And the main 2 guys I'm talking about here are Adam Lind and Scooter Gennett. The first baseman and second baseman, they are both left-handed bats that destroy right-handed pitching. But against left-handers, they have like less than 40 contact and power. So not exactly what you want out of your starting players there. So I went into free agency, and after I saw that, I looked around and I found to take place at first base, we're going to teach a man named Ryan Ludwig how to play first base. He's a corner outfielder right now, but I don't think it's too much of a reach that he can be taught how to play first base because, well, it happens all the time. People are taught to play first base. It doesn't take that much effort or that much athleticism or skill to be taught to play first base. I mean, for frick's sakes, Prince Fielder plays first base. They teach people to play first base all the time. It's not that far of a stretch, so I figured, hey, he'll be the first baseman against left-handed pitchers, being a right-handed bat to come and play in that platoon. Adam Lind will play against right-handers. And then on second base side, we've got Jeff Baker. Went out and got him to play second base against the left-handers, a good right-handed bat. He's a pinch hitter as well if we ever need him there. Just a good bench play. He can play all around the field. And he's going to be the platoon for us at second base. So the platoon at first is going to be Lind and Ludwig, and the platoon at second is going to be Jeanette and Baker. Another thing I noticed is that since the Brewers traded away Aramis Ramirez in real life to the Pirates, and that's the rosters we're using the September update roster, so we have all the up-to-date trades and everything like that for the OSFM, that means that my starting third baseman was like a 63 overall Hernan Perez with like a D potential. And I wasn't exactly chomping at the bits to have that as my third baseman. And even though this isn't much of an upgrade, if an upgrade at all, it's still somebody who's better and has been in the big leagues for a time, and they've proven at least they can, I don't know, hit a baseball from time to time, and that's Alberto Callaspo. He's going to be our starting third baseman. Maybe we'll eventually call up somebody or find somebody else, make some trades, you never know. And that's another thing, how I'm thinking of possibly trading away a few people. Jonathan Lucroy, I know, is a free agent soon. And I'm thinking I want to re-sign him and have him be a part of the team because he's still young and bring him to be a core part of this Brewers team because I don't plan on having this team very bad for very long. And what I do want to do is trade away some of the veteran guys who I could get stuff from. 3 guys who I definitely am very likely to trade away is Francisco Rodriguez, our closer. He's pretty old up there, still has some probably decent value. Adam Lind at first base also could be traded away. He's up there, and I think he's early 30s. He could get some decent trade value. Kyle Loesch, possibly. I think he's only on a 1-year deal, or he has 1 year left in his deal, and he could possibly get some value. He's up there in age as well, so you never really know what you could get out of Kyle Loesch. And then there's also, I'm not quite decided on it yet. I might want to keep him around for the core because he is the best player on the team, Ryan Braun. He's been with the Brewers his whole career. He's basically the face of the Brewers right now. And I might want to trade him, I might not. If he could get me something decent, if I could get a huge prospect package of guys that I think will make this team better in the future within the next couple of years, or next year or so, then I possibly could trade him. But if it's just hey, here's Ryan Braun just to trade him for the hell of trading him, I'm not going to do something like that. So the last thing we're going to take a look at here is just go through the lineups and the pitching. The right-handed pitcher lineup will be leading off shortstop Jean Segura, second base Scooter Gennett, right field Ryan Braun, first base Adam Lind in the cleanup spot. Catching in the 5-hole is Jonathan Lucroy, left fielder Chris Davis, center fielder Domingo Santana, third baseman Alberto Callaspo, and the 9-hole is the pitcher spot. And then in the left-handed lineups is shortstop Jean Segura, second baseman Jeff Baker, catcher Jonathan Lucroy in the 3-hole, cleaning up is Ryan Braun in right field, left field Chris Davis hitting 5th, Ryan Ludwig playing 1st and hitting 6th, Domingo Santana playing center and hitting 7th, and in the 8th hole is Alberto Callaspo yet again, playing 3rd, and the 9th hole is, of course, the pitcher spot. The pitching, on the other hand, is Matt Garza is the number 1 guy in the rotation, followed by Kyle Loesch, Willie Peralta in the 3, 4 Jimmy Nelson, and 5 is the young A-potential stud of Taylor Jungmann. Move things over to the bullpen from the top to bottom, so long reliever is Tyler Thornburg. He could possibly be a spot starter here and there if someone gets hurt. The middle relievers are Corey, excuse me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, Niebel. I'm pretty sure it's Niebel. I don't think it's Knievel, because usually when you have a name like that where it's K and then an A, the K is silent. It could be Knievel. I'm thinking it's Niebel, though, or Nebel, something like that. I'll look it up and get it eventually. Kinsler is another reliever, mid-reliever, and then Jim Henderson. In the setup spots, we've got Michael Blazik, one of those two, and the left-hander in Will Smith, not the actor, Will Smith, the left-handed reliever. And then, of course, in the closing role is K-Rod Francisco Rodriguez, who, like I said, could be trade bait. So yeah, with that being said, that'll wrap things up here for this introduction episode of this Milwaukee Brewers MLB 15 The Show franchise series. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying goodbye.